What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the Spyderco Stovepipe. Here is the actual part number if you want or need. And this is obviously made in their Taiwan, Taichung facility, manufacturing plant, what have you. So I want to talk about, I don't know if I'm going to go through all the specs or not. I did measure it, take all the specs and all that stuff. But these have been out for a little while, several months. These did come out in 2022. And I know I'm not the first person to do a video on them. So I don't know. You've probably already seen several other people's videos and know all about the specs. But it is a smaller knife. It's smaller than I thought it was going to be. This was loaned in from a buddy of mine, John. And I was interested to check this out because I kind of have some odd shaped knives in my collection. So I was very interested in this Butcher Wharncliffe cleaver style blade. But it turns out to be way small. And we're going to kind of go out of order on this. And here's the comparison with the Spyderco Delica. So it's smaller than a Delica, actually, which is pretty small. I mean, this is already kind of too small for me, for the most part. Partially the Delica is because of its thinness. It's just a little odd in my hand sometimes. Which is funny because I have some other thin knives that I absolutely love. So inconsistent, I think, is what people might say about me from time to time. Don't necessarily think that's true, but hey, I digress. So anyway, overall length is like 6 3/4. The blade length is really just 2.68. It is CPM 20 CV. Made by Spyderco, designed by David Rodbaum, and inspired from Bill the Butcher, his Bill the Butcher design. But what I really do want to talk about is the price and the feel in my hand. Not so much all of the specs, because I don't know, do we really care? But the price, this is $600. And what I find interesting about that, and I don't want to get into too much drama, but recently I did a video on Jake Hoback's Summit model knife that was $625. And that knife was made in China. And there was a lot of drama over Hoback making that knife in China, not disclosing it, talking about, kind of advertising it as American made and all of that, right? So I get that argument. People were upset that he claimed it was American made and it was China made. Everybody knows Spyderco makes these in Taiwan. They've been open about Taiwan is their premier factory for many, many, many years. So I find it just interesting, though, that a lot of the drama with Hoback was he's charging American-made prices for a knife that's made in China. But I have not heard any of those type of comments regarding this knife. A $600 knife, cheaper than the Hoback, but still, if you want to take that analogy and kind of say, it's American price, $600, $625 is an American price. I don't know who came up with that. That's an American price. But if we take that as true, do we not apply that to Taiwan-made knives, or does that only apply to China? Because China and Taiwan are just different. I get they're different countries, but is it not the same? And if we're upset with Hoback for charging American prices to make them in China, but we're not upset with Spyderco for charging American prices and making it in Taiwan? I'm confused. I find that odd. I find that a double standard of sort. So please let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. Okay, now back to this knife. I don't like it. I thought I was going to like it. I hoped I was going to like it. It's small for me. It works great. The action's great and all of that. It works really good in the pocket, so I don't have any problems with that. I don't have a problem, but the pocket clip is very thin. So I think it's possible that this could get bent or damaged in your pocket. I know I have, on occasion, once or twice, bent a pocket clip, whether it gets caught on my seatbelt somehow or something like that, getting in and out of the car, getting in and out of race cars when I was doing off-road racing. I did bend a clip a number of times. I think this might be susceptible to that. Outside of that, these edges here, they don't feel that harsh with your finger. Back here a little bit, but when you grab this, it's freaking uncomfortable. Right here on my middle finger where it grabs this choil-ish, it's just very uncomfortable. And for my hands. Now, you can choke up a slight bit, which does help move your middle finger up to kind of the forward choil, if you will. So that helps a little bit, but all in all, to me, this is a very uncomfortable knife that, for that reason alone, it's a no from me. Also back here at the butt end, it kind of digs into my hand when you're thumbing it open. Overall, it's just an uncomfortable knife to me. I don't know what else to tell you there. And it's on the small side. I showed you next to the Delica. How about next to the Sharpie? The D-cell and AA batteries. You know, the TJ Fisher Cobra with its 3.5-inch blade. I don't know. I think it's uncomfortable and it's small. That's really all I got. It's built really well. The pivot is oversized, so acts as the lock bar stabilizer. The pocket clip works really well, although I think it is kind of weak. And I love the stonewash across the kind of the monochromatic stonewash. I do like that, but that's about it. Overall, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would greatly appreciate to hear your comments, and please go check out my Spyderco playlist.